Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today we're doing something a little bit different. Today I want to talk about games that I played over the past year. I played a bunch of different games this year. One of the first games I played was God of War Ragnarok, and I absolutely love that game. I didn't play the original trilogy. I actually got into God of War in 2018 when that one came out. Loved both those games. They're both amazing. I think I like Ragnarok a little bit better, except for the whole Loki story that's going on throughout that. One of the next games that I played was Final Fantasy Remake, and that is a game that I finished as well as Ragnarok. I have never really played Final Fantasy VII, so I'm not entirely sure I can make a strong comparison between the two. Up next is one of my top favorite games of all time. It's Ghost of Tsushima. I absolutely loved that game. Every part of it was amazing. It was so good. The story was really well written. There was so many good parts of that. And they are doing a sequel to that game called Ghosts of Yotai. I don't know if it's a sequel, but it's like another story within the Ghost universe. Next up we have Forbidden West. I love the Horizon series. Right now I'm currently playing through another Horizon game, kind of. If you have not gotten a chance to play them, I would suggest starting with Zero Dawn. Zero Dawn is the origin of everything. Up next is Immortals Phoenix Rising. It was a good game. It's a little dated. It's a Ubisoft game, so it's got that same art style that Ubisoft tends to do for all their games. As far as the mythology game goes, it's pretty good. I don't know if I'd play it again though. Next up we have Spider-Man Miles Morales. So far I've played 2 out of the 3 Spider-Man games, the recent Spider-Man games. Spider-Man Miles Morales was way better than Spider-Man 2. Next up we have Final Fantasy Rebirth, which is a game that I have not finished yet. That is the first on the list of games I've finished, and it's probably going to be a lot of games I haven't finished from here on out. Final Fantasy Rebirth so far has been a good game. It's really good, actually. The problem is that it's too much. Next up, we have Final Fantasy VI, which is another game that I haven't finished. I'm almost done with that game. I'm just kind of distracted at the moment with other games. But that game was really good. That's probably my favorite Final Fantasy game. The story is really compelling. The characters are awesome. Each character brings their own thing to the game. The next game is called Inscryption, and I didn't finish that one. It was kind of a game that I wasn't planning on finishing. It's a card game where you're like trapped in a house with some random stranger, some weird creature, and he just likes to play card games, and you have to find a way to escape. Out of card games that I've played, it's probably the best one, although I haven't played Balatro yet. That's on my list to do. My next game is Nier Automata, or I've heard people say Nier Automata. That game was amazing. I never finished that one either, but it's really good. They did anime on Crunchyroll, or whatever studio ended up doing it. Next up we have Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown, and this is one that my chat kind of decided that I shouldn't play anymore. People were getting bored of it, but yeah, it was good. It was the first game like that I had played in a long time. The last one I played was Ori. Next up we have Breath of the Wild, and you guys know how I feel about Breath of the Wild. If you've been on my channel for a while, you'll know that Breath of the Wild is my absolute favorite game. And right now I'm doing a 100% run on it. I would say I'm probably about maybe halfway, maybe a third of the way finished. I have a lot of the area done, but I haven't done hardly anything on I have a lot of the Korok seeds, but I still have a ton to do. Next up is Octopath Traveler 2. I kind of got bored of this game. It was good. It wasn't what I expected. I thought it was going to be more of just JRPG, but it was more of like collect the players and then JRPG. So I still don't have all the players. Next up is a game that I've literally played only like 4 or 5 times, and that is Final Fantasy 16. That is actually the reason I bought a PlayStation 5, was because I wanted to buy that game, and it just is not the same what I was expecting of it. Maybe I'll have to try again next year. Next up we have Link's Awakening. I love Link's Awakening. It is probably my second favorite Zelda game, and it's so good. I played both the Game Boy version and the Switch remake, and they're both fantastic games. I think I prefer the Switch version though. Link's Awakening will probably be one of those games that I just love forever and ever. Next up is Echoes of Wisdom, which is a game I haven't finished yet. I'm still working my way through it, but Echoes of Wisdom is really good too. Out of the two between Echoes of Wisdom and Link's Awakening, I'd probably choose Link's Awakening over Echoes of Wisdom. But Echoes of Wisdom is very awesome. I thought it was going to be a lot more open than it ended up being, but it's really good. And I'm actually glad it's not as open-ended as it could have been. Next up is Super Smash Bros. And I really don't need an introduction here. It's one of the best games ever. It's fantastic. It's the best fighting game ever. I'm not gonna spend too much time on that one. It's a good game. If you haven't played it, play it. Next up is one of the games I'm playing right now, so I'm not finished with it. But it's Lego Horizon Adventures, which is one of the Horizon games. It's a Lego game, so I'm not really expecting much from it, but it's kind of telling the story a little bit, maybe inaccurately, about Aloy and her adventures. It's not bad. Next up is one of my favorite games on the list, is Astrobot. This game's phenomenal. If you like platformers, 3D platformers like Mario, apparently it's been compared in my chat to Mario Odyssey. If you like games like that, this is an absolute game for you. It is fantastic. It is so well designed. It's my game of the year for sure. So there are a couple games that I played that are not on my channel right now because I took them down. Those games include Minish Cap, which is a phenomenal game. I've only played through about half of it. It's Link, but tiny. Another game that I had to delete, which was Wind Waker, and that might be my third favorite game. That's a Zelda game. I don't know, maybe it's the art style, maybe it's the open ocean, maybe it's pirates. I have no idea, but it's just so good. And the last one that I played through most of it was Donkey Kong Country 2. I actually have never beaten that game, even though it's been around for a long time. But it's a really fun game. It's got some of the best music in Nintendo. I'm going to end this one here. Thank you for watching, and please comment down below what your favorite games of the year were. It doesn't even have to be games that you put a lot of effort into, just games that you were interested in, games that you played even a little bit of, games that you were interested in playing in the future, and maybe list down below what games you are interested in playing next year, what games coming out next year you're hyped for. So anyway, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.